Hi, this is Mandy with the Alva Public Library, and today I shall be reviewing Dress Coded by Carrie Firestone. Alright, I admit it, I have a weakness for rebel books. Usually it's banned books, and it's always in school, but I just love how the kid rises up against the adult and fights back. Well, always legally, well, not legally, but within boundaries. But yes, I love sticking it to the man. I love those books. So I read Dress Coded, which is about it's a middle school, Fisher Middle School, and all these girls are getting dress coded for one thing or another, day in and day out. And Molly finally decides, who's never been dress coded, after an incident of seeing her best friend totally balled out, decides, you know what, enough of this. And so she starts a podcast on, and she interviews girls and why they were dress coded and the true, real story. And so it's the fight against the dress code. So this was a pretty good book. Now, if you're looking for a book where it gives the side of Molly and then the administrators, this isn't that book. They totally villainify and don't give the side. We don't really know much about the two antagonists. It's the principal, and they call her Fingertips because they don't even know her name. But Fingertips was hired specifically to go around and dress code people, which I think is over the top. Now, sometimes through this book, I was like, yeah, you're kind of breaking the dress code. Like, you should know better or something. Like, the only clothes they seem to wear are tank tops and sweatshirts. I'm like, there are t-shirts and stuff, but all they ever really mentioned is tank tops and sweatshirts. So I'm like, I don't know. Anywho, so a lot of the curvier girls are getting dress coded, and our main character, she's like thin as a rail, looks like to be a 9-year-old or something, and she never gets dress coded. So it's just kind of the administrator, they are picking on girls. And they're in the middle school, and it makes the point that in high school, they're not enforcing the dress code. It is way more lax in high school. So the administrators are being really harsh on these kids. And so it's been going on for several years because she does a podcast with some girls who are seniors. And it started when they were in middle school. And so for the stories, mainly, yes, I'm on their side, but sometimes I'm like, maybe you shouldn't just wear that. I don't know. And it also brought up that the parents would buy these really cute outfits, spend all the money on their school outfits and stuff, and then they go to school and they're dress coded, and they have to totally rebuy a new wardrobe or wear that was one of the girls' story, have to wear their last year's clothes and still get dress coded because now they're too tight. Well, they couldn't afford to buy new clothes because they spent it, and now she can't use those, so she wears the old stuff and they're too tight. So it was just a little unfair stuff that if the administrator would have shown any empathy or some leniency, it would probably be tolerable, but they were just gung-ho. So anyway, let's see. It also addresses our main character. Her brother is addicted to vaping, so she's got a not so good home life as well. So kind of makes me wonder if it was a psychological, she can't control her brother, so she's trying to control this dress code and tired of being the subject of everybody's whims. But that's me reflecting and just the psychology stuff. And it also talks about bullying, which they didn't quite resolve, but they kind of just, it's part of life. This is who this kid is, and he's really pathetic. So, and throughout the book, she writes letters to people she now realizes as she's older was kind of mean to, or not mean, but excluded, or just didn't think to care about. So, yeah, it touches on a lot more things than just the dress code as well. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this book. If you're looking for a book that has a conflict and shows both sides of the story, this is not the book. As I said, they vilify the administration, but yeah, I would recommend this. It was a fun, quick read and not bad. I do have to put in one more thing. They go to a school board meeting, and they're all like, yeah, we're going to stand up for ourselves. And like, and then it like totally falls, it's kind of spoiling, totally falls on his face and stuff. And I've watched Wrexham Park, the TV series, and like, yep, that's what happens. And so it was just an interesting, that's what happens in life with meetings and stuff. So, yes, good book. And that was Dress Coded by Carrie Firestone. Have a great day. Bye.